Hey, I'm Rachel J, and I'm out in the garden today showing you what I'm going to plant in my 2021 garden. And of course it just started raining. So I'm going to throw some fertilizer on these beds. I've already added peat moss, compost, and some other soil amendments, and I have a little bit of fertilizer and worm castings that I'm going to put, and then we're going to get some plants in the ground. I've already got some stuff coming up. This is calendula that's reseeded itself from last year, and I've got some lettuce coming up and kale, and of course my raspberries and blueberries are getting ready to fruit, and my garlic is just looking amazing. If you guys remember, we planted this last fall and it is really going good this year. What I actually did as an experiment, this side of the bed is my homegrown garlic from last year that I used to reseed, and this is grocery store garlic. And you can see the garlic that I grew myself is stronger, and this year in fall, I'll plant all homegrown garlic. This is the fertilizer I'm using this year, and worm castings. That's a different kind that I normally get. It's just from Gurneys. I've amended all of our beds with our fertilizer, worm castings, compost, and all the good stuff. So now I'm just getting ready to put in some plants. The first thing I'm going to be planting is my 2 zucchini plants. I have an heirloom variety this year. This is from a local organic farmer that I get some starts from. The first thing I did is make sure that I watered at least the top layer of the soil, and I will probably get these plants in and then give them a really good soaking. We've had a terrible drought here, so everything is way drier than it should be at this time of year. Everything should be nice and saturated in springtime, but we have not had proper rainfall since over a month and a half ago. So a lot of watering is going to happen this year. So I'm going to get these zucchinis in and then move on to tomatillos. Just so you get a real idea of how hot and humid it is, my glasses are fogging up. I've got 3 beds planted, and now we're going to take a little break and come back to it later. And I forgot to mention behind me, there are 2 beds with potatoes this year. So they don't look like much now, but those are going to be awesome. And closer to the house, I have a little bed of herbs with lots of chives, dill, lemon verbena, basil, and all kinds, 3 kinds of chives in here actually. So this is right and convenient outside my kitchen door. All right, it's day 3 of planting my garden, and we have a ton of seeds, and I had my strawberry order arrive, so I'm planting more strawberries. Let me show you what I'm planting today. Here's all the seeds that I'm going to be planting today. There's more than 20 varieties here. I have a whole bunch of peas, a bunch of edible flowers. I have bitter melon and cucumbers, tomatoes, dill, lots of different kinds of beans, as well as some greens and some radishes. So this is everything that's going in the rest of the garden today. And I've got a new order of strawberry plants. I have lots of strawberries throughout my garden, and I've decided to plant 10 more. Don't look like very much right now, but these will hopefully leaf out and fill both sides of this bed. Next, I'm going to plant some bitter melon and some Marketmore and Jabai cucumbers. The next thing I'm going to plant is lots and lots of peas in this bed. I'm going to have bushing types and climbing types on my trellis. I'm back out in the garden for the final step of planting, which is all of my peppers and tomatoes. I have some from start and some from seed to plant, and then this garden is done. I also just put in some flower seeds in between everything we've planted over the past few days, and it's starting to really come together. Here's my plan for the peppers and the tomatoes. I have 2 tomatoes from start, and behind this row of peppers, I'm gonna also put in some San Marzanos from seed, and then everything, for the most part, will be planted. Everything in the garden on this side, except for the greens, are now planted. That back bed is potatoes. My cucumbers are in. And now I need to finish planting all of these beans. I have beautiful, delicious beans, all different kind of heirlooms, and they're gonna go all around this trellised space. On this side, I'm gonna plant some succotash beans, some greasy grits, and some white whippoorwill. On the other side, I've got ancient cave beans, Japanese striped beans, and some limas, and there'll be a whole row of lima beans over there as well. And just like that, my whole garden is planted. I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like in a month when everything is coming up and we're starting our first harvest. And I will definitely give you guys a garden tour later this year. Leave any comments you have with a question below, and I'll see you guys next time.